Women of the internet are angry yet again because another romanticized celebrity bubble has just popped. So Zayn Malik went on Call Her Daddy just a few days ago and he did the unthinkable. He told the truth. And so he looked back at the 6-year relationship that he was in and the child that he has and like the million fanfics. And he said, I don't think I was ever in love with her. Now, with the power of clip videos, the comment sections went wild, and of course, the renewed hatred of men is everywhere. So let's see what he actually said, and if there's anything that we can learn from this celebrity love.
You said in an interview that you don't know if you've ever truly been in love. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, because like my understanding of love is always developing, you know? At that moment in time, I might have thought it was love, but as I've got older, I realized maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was lust. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. I don't feel like it was love. And to be fair, like just to say this on record, I will always love G because she is the reason my child isn't, you know, on this earth. And I have the utmost respect for her. I will always love her, but I don't know if I was ever in love with her.
He said, I will always love her, but I don't know if I was ever in love with her. Now, Zayn Malik has lived life now. He is 33 years old. He is a grown man who is doing some reflection. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to look into their lives and like see flaws and correct themselves, but that's exactly what he did. So people wish to believe that, you know, we're just fantastic the way that we are, but he had a failed relationship and he also made mention of his daughter. So he has a daughter. Now, E! News clipped this and posted it. And so this is where I first saw this video and I saw all of the rage. And so let's look at some of the comments that some of these women have to say, because this shows you a lot about what's going on in the emotional and mental state of women today in America. So how sweet that a man allowed a woman to have his child and then later decided, yeah, I don't think I ever loved her. Okay. Some things are not meant to be said in public. Geez, he's the definition of a red flag. May this kind of man never find me. Was it necessary to say in public? Okay. It's hurtful, another woman said. That's why you don't say these things in public. Okay, that's very important. You see, they had a public relationship. And, you know, these public celebrity relationships, you can insert yourself into a strange person's life and then apparently you only want the love bubble. We don't actually want to see reality. We don't want to hear the bad things. We want the bad things when the relationship's happening. But afterwards, this kind of realization of, I didn't love her. Nobody wants to hear that, apparently. We want to have a victim and a villain. That's what we want in these relationships. And so we want the romantasy, but we don't want the reality. And we definitely don't want anybody to speak reflectively about reality. So keep that to yourself so the world is all sunshine bubble and roses in our love lives, right? How about this one? When your ex says, I don't know if I was in love, he is selfish and an egoist. He can say, I'm not in love, but will love her forever because she's the mother of my child. To say I don't know if I was in love, that's gross. So I'm kind of a snarky person. And so I dropped this in response to that person. It was after I dropped my comment that I was like, you know what? I really should just start making videos and stop posting in people's comment sections. But this is what I said. I said to publicly admit he doesn't understand one of the most profound concepts in the world. Philosophers have written books on it. Most people think love is a feeling, yet it is truly an action. For him to be reflecting on his life and to make a mature statement is considered gross to you? I know comment sections aren't for the maturation of the masses, but this is something you can quietly meditate on. Just sit back one day and ask yourself, what is love? Really? So yes, America has always been obsessed with celebrity culture, so we think that we can just sit there and critique people's lives. And now I'm not saying that anybody's relationship should be public or private, that is their choice, but picking and choosing what facets of a person's life they keep to themselves and what they need to share with the public is a form of entitlement. So you got to see their relationships, see their relationship break up, and now we also get to hear him say his assessment of love and lust. He said he wasn't even sure if that's what it was. He has learned. He has grown. So what else can we learn from Zayn here? He talks a lot about his daughter, and I think that's really, really important, especially for this younger generations. So when he speaks, it's almost like having a child is not a plague. Like, it sounds like fatherhood was like the primary reason why he grew up and started to live a better life. So women, especially with feminism, have been sold this lie, also with abortion, that children are these burdens and that they're not blessings, and that, you know, you gotta get rid of a kid and it's this terrible thing for you to be carrying a child. Why couldn't somebody else do it? Well, fatherhood and motherhood for the longest times have been rites of passage. So when you have a child, in theory, this is what it was supposed to be like, you would have to become responsible because you're now responsible for another person's life. So listen to what he has to say about that.
One thing I've learned since becoming a father is that it's good to overcome them feelings and push through it. Because, you know, I'm sat here all the time telling my daughter to do things and, you know, just get over it, you'll be fine, you'll be cool. And I'm a bit of a hypocrite if I'm not doing that myself.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a hypocrite if he's not doing it himself. Wow. That means it's not all about him anymore. So he doesn't want to disappoint her. He goes on to say that about how he doesn't want to bring like a new girlfriend right into his daughter's life because he doesn't want, if there's like a breakup, for her to feel that pain as well. So this is wisdom. Now, I'm not condoning his past or his present life. I'm simply assessing this present video here, but there is a lot of wisdom from him just growing up. So wisdom here would be learning from another person's pain so that we don't have to go through it ourselves. So we have a whole generation who is convinced that, you know, going on vacation to Bali and taking photos of it and putting it on your Instagram or TikTok, that's the way to go. And that it's more fulfilling than raising a soul. They think that it's like a child is like an affront to our bodies, but they don't realize that selfishness actually is an affront to our spirit. He has grown up so much because he is responsible for another person's life. And so now he's no longer living for himself. So all the people in the comments, there were more women who said he's talking about the mother of his child. Like, why does the child have to hear that this is what he thinks about his mother? Should he be dishonest with his child? It sounds like he really cares about his daughter. And that's why he's making changes to his own life. But it's a beauty that we get to sit there and judge other people's lives and not judge our own, right? So I think that what he has gone through is there's a lot of life lessons in there, especially for a younger generation that's obsessed with celebrities. So for those who say that, may this love never find me. Well, love doesn't find people, and love isn't bought in the store, and love isn't deserved. Love is something that you have to work for, sacrifice for, and fight for, okay? Love perseveres. So my advice is to put down those romantasy novels, stop waiting for a scripted fairy tale, and then join the rest of us here in objective reality.
Join me on the floor and let's see what you can do. Is it just for show? Say, girl, can that body move?